Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Critics Cup. My name is Jacob, and today, in celebration of the Eternals being available from today at the time of recording this, the Eternals film is now on Disney Plus. So I thought to coincide with the release of it on Disney Plus, I thought I'd do a video on all of 3 out of the 4 Eternal sets that I own. So yeah, I thought I'd just put these together. Unfortunately, I don't own the largest set because it is a lot of money at £90. But I have the smallest set, which comes with the 2 minifigures here, which is the £9 set. And then these 3 minifigures on the left with this build current is £18. And then the Giant Celestial, Ocean's Shadow, comes with a small Deviant and the 3 minifigs here and the 1 minifigure in his hand, who is a duplicate, which is why I have kind of distinguished that. Even though it's supposed to be Ajax in his hand, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I thought I'll just do a quick overview of the 3 sets and see how they still hold up and if these are worth the money, and give my thoughts on the film itself in general. So let's jump into it, guys. So I thought we'll start with the cheapest set, which retails for £9, and work our way up. So this set comes with a Deviant brick build, which is, compared to the size of a minifigure, is quite large for £9. The minifigure stands aren't included, I'm just using them for this review. So you get Icarus and you get Sprite, but yes, there won't be any spoilers throughout this review. I'm just going to go over the sets themselves and just give you my general thoughts on the film overall and how each set relates quite well to the film, and I think if these are worthy. But yeah, so the face is a printed piece. All the other parts are stickers. Taking the figures out of the way just so we can take a closer look. They use these translucent pieces for the wings, which look absolutely incredible. I definitely think it's quite useful compared to the film because there are a lot of deviants that are different shapes and sizes. I couldn't tell you if this was one specifically, as I've only seen the film when it came out back in November. I haven't, as of the time I recorded this, watched it for a second time. But I believe this may have been the one that we see in the trailers that Icarus is fighting in the sky. Hence why Icarus is included. So for posability, it has lots of mini ball joints so it's got ball joints at the shoulders, the elbows, and then you can move the claw hands how you would like and kind of like twist and turn them there at the wrists. You got knee joints as well, which is quite cool, so you can see how that's built up there. You got joints at the ankles or feet. On the back, you got like another fluorescent piece that has the tail, but it's fixed in place. You can like twist it and turn it. The wings do flap up and down, so you get some. And then you could probably hold this by the tail and like fly it about, which is probably quite fun. The head itself does move up and down. It's not got as much posability. You can't rotate the head or anything like that, but I think you mostly want to keep it in position. As you can see there, like if you move it about too much, the head kind of falls out of alignment with the, I guess these are the ears or something like that. I don't know what you would call those. But yeah, it's a very cool little build, and it's definitely worth the money for £9. It's quite, in terms of sizing, it's quite wide, and the wings really help elevate it as well with how much they add to set light. It's not showing up super well on camera as much as it would in person, but these pieces are really glossy and got a lot of texture to them compared to what you see. So if you do own this set, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's move on to the minifigures. So here is Sprite. She is exclusive to this set, so if you want to collect all 10 Eternals, they are spread out across the 4 sets. There is no easy way to get them in one set or anything like that. But the torso printing is very nice. It's got a nice shine to it, like all of the Eternals do. They all have terrific torso prints, and some have some really great leg printing. I gave her this sword and scythe because for some reason these sets come with a lot of extra weapons, which I guess you could give to your Eternal characters. Even though Athena is the only one that really uses weapons throughout the film and constructs like that. But spin her around, she's got some great back torso printing. She uses the legs in teal, short legs in teal, which are, I believe, exclusive or are not very well common. She does have 2 facial expressions as well. So yeah, she's a very cool figure. In the film, she's quite an interesting character, not one of my favourite Eternals personally, but it's good to have her if you want to complete the Eternals collection and have all 10 of them. Here we have Icarus. He is the secondary main character in the film. I know the trailers lead us to believe he is the main character, but that would be Cersei. The torso and leg printing are phenomenal in this figure. He's got a nice shine to him. Comes with the orange power blast pieces. The only downside to this figure, and some great back torso pain, but as I was saying, the worst part about this figure is that he does not, like Superman, he doesn't have like his laser eyes which shoot orange laser blasts like Superman does. That would be my one qualm with this figure. And the hairpiece is somewhat accurate, but I don't know what Lego could have done better. I know loads of people have customized a lot of these figures to improve them. But yeah, let's move on to the next set. This is the £18 set. I believe it's called the Deviant Ambush. It comes with this book built Deviant and 3 minifigures. I'll move them to one side. We'll take a closer look at them in a second. But looking at the main build himself, I'm not sure if this is a he or she. So he also uses printed tile pieces for the size of the head. He's got a sticker on top. He uses those fluorescent pieces again, which are very nice to get in multiple sets. You do get one extra of these, by the way. So if you collect a lot of these sets like I have, you do get quite a few spares. He has 6 legs, so the 4 legs at the back are identical but reversed. So you can move the feet, you can move these on ball joints how you like. As you see, there's tons of stickers throughout these Deviant builds, but I really like that Lego have done Deviant builds for the Eternals wave. I don't know what else they could have done, but I think these are really great. He's got the giant fists, it's kind of similar to Gilgamesh at the front, which you can use to like stomp and crush the heroes and fight them off and stuff, which is really fun for play. His neck is on a ball joint. You can also move his jaw up and down, and these horn pieces go up and down as well, which are a bit annoying because you kind of want them to stay in one position. Take a look around the back. You could just see there more of the build, and take a look at the underside. That's what that looks like all built up. Uses a lot of variety of very nice colors. I just think this is a very cool build. I would have liked to have been able to compare it to the other large one that comes in the £90 set, but as I say, it's just quite expensive. But yeah, it's a very cool build, and let's move on to the figures. Here is Fina. She comes in the largest set as well, but this is the cheapest way to get her. She comes with this really nice orange staff piece, which has like an orange hue to it, which is nice. She's got a normal blonde hair piece. Removing her hairpiece just so you could get a better look at the torso. It's very glossy and glistening with gold shine. Like all these minifigures have terrific torso and leg printings. They really went all out with these figures, and there's a back torso print and an alternate expression. She's played by Angelina Jolie in the film, but I think she did a terrific job in the film as a character. I just feel like I think the main issue with the film itself is that there's 10 Eternals, whereas if you look back to the first Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers films, there's 6 and 5 main characters, plus some side characters sprinkled out. Whereas this film, you're meant to be focusing on the 10 Eternals. Too many, just way too many characters. Should have kept the focus in on other characters, like 5 or 6 of them, and cut out the best from the film, in my opinion. But yeah, that would be my one gripe. But as I said, Angelina Jolie did a very good job with what limited screen time she had in the film. And I really hope we see her again in future MCU projects. Here is Gilgamesh, who's a terrific figure. He's exclusive to this set. It's the only way you can get him. Like Spike Sheezy was exclusive to a cheap set, and Gilgamesh comes with these newish fist pieces, which I don't believe have been reused at the time of the recording of this video for other figures, but you can let me know in the comments. So just moving them to the side so you could get a better look at the torso. He's got terrific torso printing again. I'm just going to keep repeating myself throughout all these figures, but you can see the back there. Got a gold shine, moving his hairpiece. It does have a smiling expression, which is nice to see. Yeah, I think he's a very cool figure, and his character in the film was one of the better characters in my opinion, but again, like Fina, didn't really have as much screen time as I would have liked. Here's Makari. She also comes in the largest set with Fina. She is a speedster like the Flash and Quicksilver and all those characters. She comes with I think this was a new hairpiece introduced for her when this set was released. Not sure if it's been reused again. It's very well detailed, as you can see there. removing that, you can see her auto expression, which got her eyebrow placed. She is played by a deaf actress, and her character is deaf in the film. You can see her back towards her printing there as well. It glistens. I thought she was one of the stronger characters, but she wasn't as in the film as much as I was expecting. But she does have some terrific running scenes, some of the best speedster scenes that we've ever seen. So here we have the £60 set, which is Irish and Shadow. So I'm just going to quickly show you it like this, because this set is way too tall to fit in my little setup display. This set comes with 4 minifigures, 2 of which are repeats, and it comes with a small deviant. So let's just take a closer look at the small deviant build first, and then work our way on this guy. Here's the small deviant included in the set. It's a really nice little side build. It was a bit of a pain to put together, where you have to put all these pieces on one long rod. It goes all the way through. As you can see, there's just one long rod piece. It's got a sticker on his chest and a printed headpiece again. So you can pose the wings however you like, again using those pieces. The tail does move up and down on this one, so you get some posability there. You can move the feet or claws or talons, whatever you want to call them. The horns do move again. It has a similar issue to the £9 one, whereas if you play about with the head too much, you will move all these other little parts out of alignment, which won't look as good. But yeah, very nice little build. Really glad it's included. Builds out the Deviant army. Here is Irisham. He's a terrific build. He's a Celestial in the film. He's one of the, well, I wouldn't say he's a main character per se, but his presence is felt in the film. It was a terrific build to put together. I really hope LEGO make more Celestials or Galactus like this. He does tower quite tall as well. In the back, you could see that they've tiled it off as relatively well as they could, given the constraints of the budget. I just have Icarus in his hand at the moment because, as I said at the beginning, Icarus is a duplicate minifigure from the smaller set, but he also comes in the larger set as well, so you could get him in 3 sets. Take a look, starting at the feet, which is probably the easiest way, and work our way up. The feet use these giant dish pieces, which are like the same kind of fluorescent colour as the wing pieces used on the Deviants. So his knees are on ball joints, so you can kind of move them about. You can move these pieces a little bit. Tons of stickers throughout, so any details you do see are stickers, in case I forget to point any out. As you can see, this side of the leg is kind of how that's built. It's using Technic pieces to hold the whole thing up because it is quite tall and slim. So you've got some nice Nexo Knight shield pieces used here, covered in stickers. Working our way up the torso, you can see it uses ratcheted joints there. You can display the legs out, but yet trans clear pink elements to create the like his celestial glow. So while we're here as well, so you can see how he holds a minifigure. You can have him hold 2 minifigures if you like. He has the stud connection on each hand, so taking Icarus out of the way, you can see, get a better closer look at the hands. So the hands have, for some reason, stud shooters. It's not really a spoiler, he doesn't shoot out of his hands in the film. This is just LEGO trying to include play features into a set that didn't really need it. I just think this build is very striking on its own. So I'm just going to sit him down. As you can see there, you can see more the texturing and detail. We already took a look at the other backside. So the wrists can move on the ball joint however you like. Elbow joints can move up and down. These pieces up here can be moved for the shoulder paneling. So, and they have sticker detailing on them. It does come with a light brick, which you can see there. Just push the small grey actuator on the back, which activates that, and it shines through. Would have been nicer if it was like a white light, so that way when it does shine through, it shines through the pink, which would have been a lot better. Taking a look at the head uses very unconventional building techniques. It was very cool to put this together. Uses like the pistol pieces they sometimes use, or handlebars, and like grey, but they're now a coral colour, which was very nice to see. Love how they did the 6 eyes, or well, I guess they're supposed to be eyes. I don't really know how Celestials work. But yeah, very cool how they did that. So they like use the bar connections as the eyes, and gives that really cool effect. On the side of the head, you can see it uses a black handlebar piece, which I'm not too keen on. but you can also move the head on the ball joint how you like, so you could have him looking down upon the Eternals. He does have some stickers at the top by his at the tops of the shoulders as well on either side. Yeah, it's just a very tall build. But one last quick thing I want to show you with this build before we move on to the figures is how it scales to buildings. As you can see here, this is my Lego room or Lego city. Just thought I would pop in here so you can see how tall he stands. So he is taller than the Doctor Strange Phantom Centurion, but not quite as tall as the Water Tower. It's about the same height, in case you have that set. You can see how he scales to Ninjago City Gardens as well, and how everything looks beneath him, which is quite impressive. But looking at this now in the Lego City, I kind of wish he was as tall as the Ninjago City Gardens. I just want him to tower over everything. But using these sticker elements and some of the build techniques used, you could and if you get more of these kind of pieces, you could probably bulk him up and make him as tall as you want and mock a gigantic version of him. You can see Shimmergoreth in the back there as well, Gigantos, giving Doctor Strange and Warren a run for their money. But yeah, that's what he looks like in scale to a building. Just thought that would be an interesting perspective. I'll pop him next to the modulars quickly. So this is what he looks like in front of the corner garage and assembly square. You can see my Avengers Tower mock. You can check out that video on how I mocked that. But yeah, that's what it looks like in a city layout with the roller coaster behind him. It still looks very impressive though, I have to admit. Very cool build. And one last size comparison I thought I'd make is that here we have the UCS helicarrier, and that's what Irishman looks like over that. I think he works much better in the scaling of micro scale with this behemoth of a set. Just thought I'd show you what that looks like as well together. But yeah, that's going to do it for this set. Let's move on. I thought we'd start with Cersei, as she is also in the largest set, but this is the cheapest way to get her, even though she is technically the main character in the film. I just gave her these weapons because, as I said, they just give you these random extra weapons for some reason in these Eternal sets. See the silver shining on her there. The face printing doesn't quite match the actress in my opinion. You can see that her terrific back torso printing again, same with all these figures, and her alternate expression. But yeah, I thought she was a pretty decent main character. Her and Icarus's relationship that builds throughout the film is very interesting, to say the least. Here is Ajax. She is the leader of the Eternals. Again, doesn't have much screen time in the film, considering she is the leader. They tell you in the instructions to give her this spear piece, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't recall her ever using the spear in the film. Again, I just gave her the extra scythe. You can see the gloss and the gold shining on her torso and legs, which are phenomenal. She comes with a black hairpiece. It would have been nice if they made a new moulded hairpiece for her, similar to one Scarlet Witch's, to show her crown. You can see her back torso printing there. And yeah, she comes with an alt expression. She was definitely one of the weaker Eternals, could have been cut out of the film, to be honest. And maybe her storyline lined up with other characters. But yeah, it's still a cool figure to get and great to have her in the collection figure. I'm not going to go over Icarus again because we already took a look at him a little while ago in the smallest set, so there's no point showing him twice. But yeah, this is Kingo, played by Kamon Nominaji. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Very funny comedian in real life, and he's been in a few bits and bobs over the years in films and shows. But yeah, he's got some amazing torso printing and leg printing. I love what they do with the gold light symbols for all these Eternals. It comes with the orange power blast pieces, which are actually accurate to his power set, where he just shoots lasers out of his hands. I love his facial expression with the raised eyebrow. I believe this face is exclusive to him and was made specifically for him. And you can see he's got a more happy expression on the back, which is quite nice, and some great back torso printing. But yeah, I thought he's one of the better characters in the film. He's got quite a bit of screen time. He is in the film for quite a majority of it. But again, he's not in it as much as I would like, because there's just so much to balance in the film. There you have it, everyone. I hope you did enjoy that review of all three sets. I think this set is definitely worth the money at £9. £18 for this one isn't bad because it comes with Gilgamesh, who's exclusive. My favourite set would be in the £60 set, which is Irishman's Shadow. which is a really cool set. Comes with Ajax and Kingo, who are both exclusive. Plus, you get a small Deviant to build out your Deviant army. Would have been better if I did have the other two Deviants that come in the larger set, which also includes one of those being the main one, Kronos, I believe how you pronounce his name in the film. But yeah, sorry guys, I don't own that set, but as I say, it's a lot of money. But I still hope you did enjoy this overall review of all three of them together. This is definitely my favourite. I really hope LEGO continue to make giant Celestials, but due to the reception of the film itself being quite mixed, I can't see LEGO going back and adding more Celestials. Maybe they could do some comic-based ones and include some more popular characters like Iron Man or Spider-Man or Captain America or something like that, just to make it more broadly appealing. But I would highly recommend all three of these. These two are not too expensive, they're quite cheap, so I wouldn't really wait for a sale on them. But this one in the middle I got on sale for near enough half price. It was a very good deal and kind of inspired me to make this whole video because this set took forever to go on sale in the UK. So yeah, but it normally retails for £55 or £60 depending on where you buy it. Certain stores vary on that. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy that review. Remember to like and subscribe. Leave comments down below which one's your favourite. And if you own any of the sets and what your opinions are on the film in general. I'd love to hear your thoughts and discuss it down below with you. And so I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye for now.